Hello, everyone. Welcome to this episode of Wehry History and Entertainment News of the Berkshires and beyond. As summer slows down, back to school and end of summer fairs are happening in Berkshire County. I'll also be talking about the Big E and reviewing 2026's most stunning box office success to date. First, it's time for this episode's trivia question. This episode's question is, when did the first Big E take place? Now, for this episode's local headlines. August means summer is coming to an end. So back to school season is upon us. It's time for parents and children to prepare for the year of learning ahead. By the way, if it feels like school is starting earlier, it is. Schools traditionally started after Labor Day, but now they usually start a week or two beforehand. Sorry kids, to all the shortened summers. Here is when the schools are opening. In both Pittsfield and North Adams, all grades open on August 31st. Lennox schools open even earlier, on August 25th. Central Berkshire School District has orientation for students on August 25th for pre-kindergarten, kindergarten, 6th grade, and 9th grade. All students in all grades then report the next day. As for the colleges, MCLA in North Adams' kickoff week will be August 29th through September 1st. The first day of classes will be on September 2nd. Williams College in Williamstown first days will be September 3rd through the 9th, before opening on the 10th. Finally, Berkshire Community College will have new Student Orientation Day on Thursday, September 2nd, before classes begin on September 8th. Before school comes back in session, fairs are popular. 2 of them take place in Western Massachusetts. One of them is the Blanford Fair. The Blanford Fair is hosted by the Union Agricultural and Horticultural Society. The society was created in 1867. The fair has become an annual exhibition event held on Labor Day weekend in Blanford, Massachusetts. The Blanford Fair is welcoming people of all ages. This is an event you won't want to miss. Truck pulls, horse show, art show, demolition derby, car show, and more. Fair funding is provided in part by the Massachusetts Arts Council and the Commonwealth of Massachusetts Department of Agriculture. This year, the fair takes place September 4th through the 7th. The other fair takes place in Cummington. The Cummington Fair on August 27th through the 30th is a 4-day agricultural fair in the western Massachusetts hill towns. Held at the historic Cummington Fairgrounds. Founded in 1883 and run by the Hillside Agricultural Society, the fair features livestock and agricultural exhibits, horse pulls, ox pulls, vintage tractor displays, a midway with rides, food vendors, craft vendors, live entertainment, and traditional country fair competitions. It is the largest annual gathering in the Hampshire Hill Towns. For more information, visit the website shown here. Up next, we will be discussing a popular athletic event in Berkshire County, the Josh Billings Running Ground. First, some information about who the race is named after. Josh Billings is the pen name of Henry Wheeler Shaw, who was born in Lanesboro on April 12, 1818. His father, Henry Shaw, served in the Massachusetts State Senate for 25 years. Billings was a renowned humorist in his day, and better known and appreciated than his contemporary, Mark Twain. Commanding capacity crowds wherever he performed, he became widely known for his down-home philosophies, Yankee one-liners, and peculiar phonetic spelling. One of his wise sayings, quote, "To finish is to win," end quote, is the motto of the Runaground, and one of the reasons the event was named for Josh Billings. The fun-loving, not too serious aspect of the race is perhaps why it has become one of the largest and oldest bike, canoe, run triathlons in the country. Attracting elite and amateur athletes alike, the Josh is an event for all ages and abilities for participants and spectators. Teams start in Great Barrington and bike 27 miles through 5 towns of scenic back country roads and rolling hills to Stockbridge Bowl, where bikers hand off the wristband to paddlers waiting at the lake. Canoeists, kayakers, and SUPs then sprint 5 miles around the lake, ending at Camp Mackinac, where the wristband is tossed to runners waiting on the beach. Runners head out of the camp and run 6.4 miles around the lake and finish at the Tanglewood Main Gate, where thousands of friends and family cheer on the finishers. The 2026 Josh Billings race will be held on Sunday, September 20th. For more information, visit the website shown here. As the Berkshire Museum is now open, many events will be taking place. One of these is Revolutionary Berkshires. Historian Tim Abbott will discuss the American Revolution as experienced by residents of Berkshire County, including highlights of the service and sacrifice of its soldiers in the military, Massachusetts provincial and state forces, and the Continental Army. He will also cover how the war affected the home front, the indigenous people of the region, and the minority of the population who tried to remain neutral or sided with the crown. This is an important one as America celebrated its 250th birthday this year, and despite the 4th of July passing, there are still several events revolving around that 1776 year. Plus, the Berkshire Museum was closed during the 4th because of the repairs. This event will be going on August 29th. For more information, visit berkshiremuseum.org. We will now be hitting up the Colonial Theater in Pittsfield for a stand-up comedy performance. The Ivy League of Comedy brings together some of the sharpest comedic voices touring today for an evening of smart, relatable, and laugh-out-loud stand-up. With credits spanning late-night television, major comedy festivals, and national tours, this acclaimed lineup delivers a fast-paced night of clever humor and 3 distinct comedic styles, all in one unforgettable show. Leading the lineup is Moody McCarthy, known for his quick wit and offbeat observations. With appearances on America's Got Talent, Jimmy Kimmel Live, Conan, and The Late Show with Dave Letterman. A favorite on Sirius XM and comedy stages across the country, McCarthy's understated delivery and sharp timing make him a standout performer. Joining him is J.L. Colvan, whose pitch-perfect impressions and viral sketches have garnered more than 30 million views online. A veteran of The Late Late Show, The Howard Stern Show, and ESPN Radio, Chauvin blends political satire with pop culture for a set that's both current and wildly entertaining. Also taking the stage is Jane Condon, whose smart, story-driven comedy has earned praise from the New York Times and Associated Press. With appearances on The View, Last Comic Standing, and more, Condon's take on family, marriage, and everyday life resonates with audiences everywhere. Smart, quick-witted, and effortlessly funny, the Ivy League of Comedy delivers a night of stand-up that's as thoughtful as it is hilarious. This show will be going on September 12th. For more information, visit the website shown here. For our next topic, we will be visiting Barrington Stage Company for a production of a new play called Eisenhower, This Piece of Ground. The New York Times Magazine publishes a ranking of the greatest American presidents. Pondering his placement on the list, Dwight Eisenhower looks back on his life of service and contemplates what it takes to lead and what makes a leader great. Full of fascinating revelations about the man, the leader, and American history itself, this one-man play by Richard Hellison lets you sit in with the five-star president. Tony Award winner John Rubinstein, best known for Children of a Lesser God and Pippin, stars September 16th through the 21st, followed by Broadway veteran Dave Sittler, Frost Nixon and Inspector Calls, and the acclaimed one-man performance of The Things They Carried will be performing on September 23rd through the 26th. For more information, visit the website shown here. Up next, we will be going to the Williamstown Jazz Festival. 3 days, 3 venues, one festival of world-class jazz. This year's headliners include Arturo Sandoval, Brandy Younger, who is revolutionizing the harp's role in modern music, Connie Hand, the jazz warrior goddess, trombonist, Seychellist Steve Turre and his all-star band, the Cookers and their aggressive mid-60s spirit, Wanda Houston, Chris Angle and the Triangle Offense, and much more. This concert is scheduled to take place September 11th through the 13th. For more information, visit the website shown here. It's now time for a road trip. Since this episode's focus has been so much on end-of-summer activities, it's only appropriate that we focus on another fair. The Big E. The Big E is formally known as the Eastern States Exposition and takes place every year, traditionally opening the second Friday after Labor Day and typically running for 17 days. It is the largest agricultural event on the eastern seaboard and the 5th largest fair in the nation. Its origins are based on agricultural events, and there are still many of these at the modern Big E. For instance, there are over 1,100 open show exhibitors, as well as educational displays and attractions. One of the most popular displays is the Avenue of States. These exhibits contain life-size replicas of the 6 original New England state houses. Those are Massachusetts, Connecticut, Maine, New Hampshire, Rhode Island, and, as this slide displays, Vermont, as well as the New England Grange House. They also contain some of the most popular food from these states. Another popular event are the concerts. Many big names are brought in every year to perform at 2 stages: the Big E Arena and the Court of Honor stage. The Big E Arena highlights major names, while the Court of Honor focuses on local acts. Among those scheduled to perform this year at the Big E Arena are Alice Cooper, Roger Daltrey, the Beach Boys, Brad Paisley, All Time Low, Ice Cube, and more. This year's Big E is scheduled to take place from September 18th through October 4th. It is located at 1305 Memorial Ave in West Springfield. Gates on all days open at 8 a.m. and closes every night at 11:30 p.m. To purchase tickets, visit the website shown here. Tickets can be purchased either daily or you can buy passes for the entire fair. Please note that you must purchase tickets for all Big E concerts online. According to the Big E's website, quote, Eastern States Exposition cannot guarantee the authenticity of tickets purchased from third-party resellers, end quote. The Big E also provides the answer to this episode's trivia question. As a reminder, this episode's question was, when did the first Big E take place? The answer is 1916. The first Eastern States Exposition occurred in October 1916. All 6 of those New England states I mentioned, plus Delaware, New Jersey, New York, and Pennsylvania participated. Original founder Joshua L. Brooks conceived it to help promote agriculture and educate young people with the skills and knowledge needed in agricultural vocations. The original exposition featured displays of innovations in the industry and held contests designed to encourage farmers to better themselves through competition. The exposition grew beyond agricultural and industry within its first few years. In 1923, the Massachusetts Department of Health built a model schoolhouse on the fairgrounds, offering free medical and dental examinations. By 1940, the exposition grew to focus on just the 6 New England states. The Eastern States Exposition officially received the nickname the Big E in 1966. Organizers said it was to emphasize, quote, entertainment, education, and excitement. Since its founding, only World War I, World War II, and the COVID year have interrupted the Big E. It's now time for this episode's movie portion of WWHEN. This episode, we'll be looking into the film Obsession, which shocked everyone with its huge box office success. In this film, Bear Bailey has a crush on his coworker and childhood friend, Nikki Freeman, but is afraid of revealing his feelings for her. After several failed attempts, Bear buys a supernatural novelty toy called the One Wish Willow, which allows its user to make one wish. He wishes that Nikki would love him more than anything else in the world. At first, everything is bliss, but Nikki's behaviors increasingly grow erratic and violent. No one in the movie industry saw Obsession's box office success coming. It was filmed by a first-time director, Curry Barker, known more for his YouTube channel, That's a Bad Idea. Filmed with a budget of less than $1 million and featuring a cast of young, mostly unknown actors, positive word of mouth led to a shocking box office result. Obsession made 40% more money its second week than its first week. Unheard of for even major films. For context, my favorite movie last year, Sinners, only dropped 4% its second week, and that was considered a success. In its third week, Obsession increased another 15%. The last time a wide-release movie increased in 3 consecutive weekends was E.T. all the way back in 1982, with its huge company to have. At the end of its run, it grossed over $447 million worldwide, breaking several records in the process. It is the biggest original film this decade and the highest grossing movie ever for a film with a budget under $1 million. Box office numbers do not influence my review, but Obsession is a great film. Admittedly, the film starts off a little slow. The scares really don't come until about an hour in. When they do come, however, they're quite jarring and shocking. A major reason for this is because of the style of the film. Curry Barker chooses to film some of the scariest moments in shadows. You can't really tell what's coming. When it does, it's jarring. Another huge factor into Obsession's success is Indy Navarrete as Nikki. She's playing 2 kinds of Nikki: a sweet, caring girl and a possessive, possibly insane girlfriend. Navarrete is amazing in this. This is the type of role that makes people famous. I predict that Navarrete will receive an Oscar nomination at the end of this year. Overall, Obsession is one of the biggest surprises of the year. And director Curry Barker and actress Indy Navarrete are sure to be stars in the future. Overall, I give Obsession an 8.5. That ends this episode of Wehry history and entertainment news in the Berkshires and beyond. If you would like to watch this or any other WWHCN episode again, you can visit PCTV's website, shown here, or my YouTube page at RT Wehry. And I want to thank CTSB TV and NBCTC for showing my show on their public access station. Thank you.